is doing a fantastic job.
You know, sorry, in her words, she says, the rich are getting the bail, and the poor are getting jailed.
To an extent, she's correct. But I won't completely hold on to that. And I will explain why this is so. Some of us come across as being very expensive. And I'll give you an example. My father-in-law once told me of a friend of his who had lived all his life in America, came down to Nigeria and had an issue. And he wanted a top lawyer to defend him. So he looked around and he was informed that Chief F.R.A. Williams, SAN of blessed memory, is one lawyer that he can go to as number one in the country. So he was scared that a man of that standing, how can he do my case for me? So he went to discuss with him. He said, to his utter amazement and shock, Chief Williams did the case for him for free.
Wow.
For free. And there are a number of other lawyers like that. Sometimes some litigants shy away from the fact that they feel that this is a notable figure in the legal profession. If I go to this particular lawyer, can he take up my case pro bono? Now, what NBA is now doing is to encourage every lawyer to have some commitment to pro bono litigation. So where you take up cases.
Or a quota that you have to fulfill in terms of...
Yes, it's all part of it. So case management, you need to take up a number of cases. So it's no longer dependent on... You don't shortchange the Nigerian public because they can't afford the fee of a particular lawyer. So what you're essentially doing is encouraging Nigerians to utilize the services of prominent lawyers. You can walk into the chambers of a prominent lawyer. Even if you can't go to court for you, the fact that you have what is called institutional support in the prosecution of your case. So Nigerians should also take advantage of what the NBA is doing.
That's in addition to what Legal Aid Council...
Certainly.
Some states also have...
Legal Aid Council essentially can't do what the NBA is doing in terms of this kind of commitment and promotion. What Legal Aid Council does is, the matters come in, the litigants go there, they assign lawyers, or they call on lawyers or plead with lawyers to take up the matters. But it might be a bit difficult for Legal Aid Council to refer a file to, for instance, a prominent lawyer as pro bono to do, except the chairman. And incidentally, the chairman is also someone that one can refer to as a human rights person, Chibolaji Ayori. He believes in pro bono work. So he might use his influence and his clout to call on some of his friends that, look, why don't you just simply do this case for this particular person under pro bono and we take it up. So the appointment of Bolaji Ayonye for me is a welcome development, because before you find someone of that standing take up such an appointment, it might be a bit difficult because of what he's into. If you're a commercial lawyer, you can't run an institution like that because it's like tying you down.
But you would agree that I think such information should actually go all out to the people, because by now most Nigerians would think that it's all about money and not knowing that services like this exist. Otherwise, if they don't and they can't get justice, that's resulting to self-help, which is dangerous. It's
being published on a regular basis, but you see, we do not have a reading public. That's one. Two, Nigerians, even when we buy newspapers, we don't read such articles. We're more concerned with sports. We're more concerned with what goes on in government. But you hardly will do back page, even though on the back page. We're not really concerned about what is going on. We don't take advantage. I agree with you that it must be in the public domain. The public must be aware. The public must be conscious of all of this, so that they don't continue to feel that they are sidelined and that there's nobody there to assist. But the Legal Aid Council is there. In Lagos, for instance, you have the Office of the Public Defender. So you can find a number of institutions that have been put in place to address the needs of the common masses, of the common man. For me, we also take up cases oftentimes with even we go as far as going to the prison to take up cases for prisoners who can't even afford to pay for filing fees. But we do all of this on our own under the pro bono scheme.
It's one thing for lawyers to be able to do all of this. It's another thing for you to be able to get justice at the courts. You know, so in terms of confidence, are you confident in the reforms being pushed by the current CJN?
Yes, I am. You see, we've started feeling it. You see, there's nothing as good as being conscious that someone is watching over you. Someone is observing your conduct, and the likelihood of being sanctioned if you go the other way. So because we have that in place, confidence is gradually coming back. Some judges have been dismissed, mind you. Some lawyers have also been derobed. So there are a number of reforms going on, and so people are beginning to have confidence in the judiciary. Cases might linger, but you see, if you lose, for me, I don't feel that it is appropriate to continue to write petitions against judges. Judges are human, like Justice Oputo said. They are to make errors, and the errors can only be corrected at the appellate level. So once a judge errs in his judgment, you have a right to appeal against that judgment. But by the time you now get to the Supreme Court and it's the same thing, then we're in trouble. But for now, the confidence is coming back.
All right, Mr. Norris Quakers is the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on today.
My pleasure.